Alrighty, that is going there, and we are back live on the podcast. I don't want to say live because it's still just recording there. And
live on tape.
Live on tape.
Yeah.
Live on tape.
I forget what that's from. It's from something.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
Because I still notice people even when, and I mean, it happened when we started talking. The moment I click record on this, it's like there's, like it's a conversation. It's very natural.
Sure.
But there's a little something to it that's like someone else.
100%.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Because it's so funny because we took 6 hours of driving in 2 days just a couple of weeks ago, and I was just, while we were talking, I was like, we've done this.
Yeah, we've done
in
exactly
in
this.
a non-formal setting, and like, how is the way that I'm acting right now different from the way I acted in the car? I'm
totally
in a constant self-evaluation
of that. Yeah. Well, I think
all things in my life.
But I think that is also like the job of an interviewer. Like, is to like know that no matter, it's always weird when you tell someone like, we're going to meet at this time and we're going to have a conversation.
Exactly.
And you're going to be there and we're going to talk about things.
Because we've been seeing a lot of each other all summer long. And suddenly we're like in this very structured, interactive setting. Anyway,
Speaking of that, we're going to get even more structured now because now we're going to do the lightning round.
I love structure.
And plot twist, you get a brand new set of 10 questions.
Holy.
Yeah, so these are sent in by the listeners. Thank you, listeners. And
thanks, listeners.
It was time to shake it up, so I figured we'd shake it up.
I like shaking it up.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
Okay.
So for your birthday, what flavor of cake would you pick?
Chocolate, 100%, no question.
Like chocolate?
Chocolate,
like double chocolate?
All chocolate.
Really?
Chocolate on chocolate on chocolate.
Interesting. You had that like locked and loaded.
Oh, no question.
Do people know that about you?
Yes.
Okay. That's
I
good
think
to
so.
know. Yeah.
I think so. None of this like carrot cake nonsense or whatever that is. That's not a cake.
Yeah, exactly. Get the classic one.
Right.
I love it. Classic chocolate. Okay. If you could have dinner with one person living, who would it be?
I think it would probably be, this is going to sound so cliche, but I think it would be Barack Obama.
Yeah.
I would. Mm-hmm. I'm a huge politics junkie. I'm fascinated by what he meant and what he contributed to a conversation in that country. And I feel like it would be a wildly fascinating conversation.
And now that it's all done to have the time to like sit and reflect on all of it.
Yeah. Cause he's probably also far more candid about a lot.
Oh yeah, it is crazy. I've heard some people talk about it. It's amazing to see how much people age in the White House.
Yes.
And he was a big one for that, I noticed. I mean, like, good on him. You're like 8 years. That looks like a lot more than.
There was a joke on Wanda Sykes' new comedy special about the fact that always happens, but it hasn't happened to Trump. Yeah, she's like, he's this has had no impact on him whatsoever. He's making no decisions which are affecting his standard of living at all.
That's a funny point.
Funny.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so now if you could have dinner with one person who's dead, who would it be?
I think probably maybe John Lennon.
Ooh.
I was thinking William Shakespeare because I was like, I would want to know what it all meant. But I was talking about this earlier in the week about the Beatles songs, and I have so many questions about the tunes he wrote. I would want to get to the heart of some of them.
Definitely. Are you intrigued by that? Has it come out yet? That Yesterday movie?
I don't know if it has, but it looks fascinating.
It looks so fascinating.
Yeah.
Like such a fresh, cool concept.
Oh, I love like anything that's like magic realism. That's this slightly altered reality.
Yeah.
But we're dealing in a very real place.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway. Very, very cool. Cool. If you could, so you take one of your senses, touch, taste, smell, all those ones, and it gets amped into like super sense. Which one do you go with?
That's tough. I think sight?
Sight?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Distance sight, like an ability to like perceive
things far away.
I guess.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I don't know.
Cool.
I'm going to go with that. I'm just
going to go with that.
Yeah,
I like that
for now.
Cool. So if you had one extra hour in the day, what would you fill it with?
Reading.
Reading?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you still try and get some reading in? Or?
I read a lot, but I don't read as much as I want to. Like, those are the two realities of my life. But, and it's always because some nonsense interferes with it. But
what are you big, like fiction, nonfiction?
I'm a fiction person. I'm trying to get into nonfiction. I'm trying to be a little more kind of like learning based in my reading and like get all fancy. But no, I'm like just like any kind of page turner, anything. Yeah.
I think again, like anything, it's all about like doing it all, right? Because I love a good, like really good gripping story like that. But then at the same time, learning something's cool too.
Yeah,
definitely. So dream vacation destination.
I think I would still love to go to Thailand.
Yeah. Oh, talking to Mike and Julia. Like, it sounds pretty
it's
cool.
just like, and of course Julia's still like posting her like TBTs of like all the exquisite things that we haven't seen yet. And I'm like, my God. If I could recreate the version that I see in Julia McClelland's Instagram of Thailand, that is my dream vacation.
That's the dream vacation.
That's the dream.
That's funny. Okay, so you have to Hamilton another person's life. Who would it be? So like Hamilton the musical, but it's not Hamilton, it's someone else.
Oh, I'm back to politics again. Trudeau, like Pierre Trudeau, maybe.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I think he would be a fascinating figure at the center of a piece of theater.
Yeah.
And I think you could like,
that could be very interesting.
Yeah, and like the whole like FLQ crisis, and then the whole like his relationship with the West and all that, and
wild that.
Yeah,
like the relationship with the West thing. That's wild.
Oh wow. Yeah. I mean,
my eyes were open when I went to Edmonton.
100%. Yes, I'm learning all about how people feel about the Trudeaus.
Yeah, they made there was a joke in the Canada 151 show about Pierre Elliott Trudeau, and they full blown booed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's. I mean, like I don't. It's from that and now reiterated in this.
Yeah.
Something I need to look way more into before I have an opinion about any of it.
Oh yeah.
But pretty wild.
Oh
I
my
could
God,
not believe it.
Yeah.
It's Alberta's such. And I mean, we're just generalizing, but like definitely we live in a very vast, broad country with lots of unique individuals with different viewpoints.
Well, and also different things that are essential to them. Like I'm learning. Spending time in Calgary about the oil industry and what that means to people in terms of their livelihood and in terms of the culture of that province, and things that are preventing that from thriving are a real threat to a way of life. So
yeah.
I understand it and I'm learning about it.
Yeah, exactly. There's always two sides to everything.
Oh, yeah.
If you could live as an animal for a week, what animal would it be?
Like a bird. I'm not sure. Yeah, like a I'm just gonna say randomly a bird of prey. I don't think I'd like want to like
prey on anything,
or like have a reign of terror. But I just like when we're out in the country here and watching like hawks and like red-tailed hawks like circle. That must be like the coolest.
Yeah, to be a bird where you're not stressed about other birds showing up.
No. Yeah. So top of the food chain bird.
Top of the food chain bird.
like apex predator bird.
Love it. Cool. So song you've sung the most at auditions.
Mr. Cellophane from Chicago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I've been doing that. I've been singing that song at auditions for 20 years. I should probably put it away.
Hey, I love it. And actually, it makes sense thinking about it that that'll be a good, like that would be a good one for a while.
Oh, I mean, it's sort of, yeah. I remember singing it early. Early and there's a lyric about sleeping beside the same woman for 7 years or something. And I remember being like 22 and being like, but I mean, what? Yeah.
I love it. And then show you wished was produced more.
Oh, man. Tricky. I'm a huge Jason Robert Brown fan.
Yeah.
I love Last 5 Years. I wish he was produced more.
Yeah.
I wish
him in general.
Like I wish his work was people were as excited, audiences in general were as excited about his work as I am.
Yeah. He's interesting too because he's kind of like you can understand why certain Sondheims aren't performed as much because they've got a specific vibe to them.
Yep.
He is of the same, I would say, level, but a lot more pop based, a lot more something you'd hear on the radio, but still doesn't get you. It still doesn't have the draw in the same way.
No. I think like Sondheim, I think he. I'm going to say the word eschews melody in a way that is he writes beautiful melodies, but conventional melody in a way that I think just can't pack him in. Not a lot of people leaving the theater, humming his tunes.
Totally. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm a huge fan of his work.
Yeah. There's one particular line because I just saw Christopher Wilson's company did that parade thing.
Right. Yeah.
The parade reading, and there was one line in it that's almost a perfect pop line.
Okay.
And they change it right at the end.
It's
yeah. No, it don't make sense to me. To put him in the cold, dark, lonely. The end of that phrase, I'm like, if it didn't end that way, it would be a pop. Like it was like one of those defining moments of like, oh, that's where it went musical theater.
Yeah. Well, I think it is the perfect. He is one of the perfect syntheses of new of pop music, but still theater music, of still like narrative, character based. You understand his characters through they're the lines they sing, and they wouldn't sing it in any other way. Yeah,
and it's in the accompaniment as well. I find, which is it's a huge thing. And I think certain shows now are doing it in new and cool and interesting ways. But yeah, to have the orchestrations and whatnot really say something as well along with it.
Do you know what? I'm going to narrow my answer because you inspired it to Parade.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to have coaxed anything.
No.
Okay.
But I'm now realizing that is the work that I like, because I want to right now. I want to sit down tonight and see a production of Parade.
Oh,
now that you've said it,
that would be a beauty.
Just love that show.
Like full produced. I mean, like good. Thank you, Christopher Wilson, and like the people who are putting on some of these shows that don't get heard a lot. To just hear that music is brilliant. But yeah. Something to be said about that full production.
But it's tricky, right? Because that is a massive show. Like, it was live end, like massive show. But then you're like, how do you convince people to produce a show that big about what the show is about and what it treats on and what it's looking at?
Yeah. I've always had, it's funny because, and I didn't mean to ask it in this way, but the song I've sang a lot at auditions is Old Red Hills of Home.
Oh my God, that song.
Beautiful song.
Yeah.
What I like is you can take it out of context of the show for just being a soldier that you care about. But if you look at who it is in the show, you're kind of like, maybe don't root for that character.
Because he's a Confederate soldier, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he was fighting for something specific.
Exactly. Yeah.
Slightly, yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting show that way, and I think it shows the beauty of how you can turn things and the lenses you see things through in shows.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Cool. Well, we could talk about that all day, but I'm going to pause this lightning round, and then we'll finish up.
Sure thing.